Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to sit down and talk to you a little bit about what I've been watching lately. Obviously we know it's been lockdown and there's not been that much to do. Thankfully now things are opening up again and there's more, opportunities to do some normal things. But at the beginning of lockdown, there wasn't really a lot happening. Even though I was still working from home, there was a lot of extra time for other things. So here are some things that I have been watching recently, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a basic synopsis and then I'll tell you my thoughts. Okay, so the first show that I have been watching on Netflix is called Good Girls. They have just recently brought out season 3 and it is just so funny and just so unbelievable. It's really, really good. So the basic here is the basic synopsis part. So it says, as Beth and Ruby and Annie face personal financial crises, they decide to team up and take back their lives by robbing their local grocery store. It's really good. It is a comedy. It does have some more adult themes. It is rated a 15 on Netflix. So the basic outline, I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but the basic plot summary, I guess, is these three lifetime best friends are just fed up with their lives. Like, they have like just loads of personal issues going on. Like, one is a mum of 4. She finds out that her husband's cheating on her and she's just like running around crazy trying to take care of the kids. She's on the PTA, she does all like the bake sales and just all the mum things, and she's like, you know what, enough, I've had enough. If my husband can go out and do whatever he wants, then so can I. The other girl is a single parent. She had her child really, really young to her high school boyfriend, and they split up and now he is like happily with someone else and they're getting married and everything. And she's just in a bit of a rut. She works at the local grocery store, which aforementioned, and she's just like living sort of paycheck to paycheck. She's really struggling financially, and she's like, again, enough is enough. We need to do something about this. And then the last one is her and her husband have 2 kids and their little girl needs a kidney transplant. She's really, really ill and they are like, just, how are we going to afford this? Like, there's no way, like, we just can't afford this. Like, how are we possibly, like, we can't let our child die, but how are we going to, support our family? So basically they get together and they are just sitting around like fed up with their lives. Like, they're like, how are we going to make money? Like, let's rob the shop. And then they're all laughing, they're like, nah, like, and then the girl who works in the shop is like, well, like, why not? Like, we could do it. Like, I work there, I can set it up, I can make sure there's no like security that day, and I know how much is in the safe and everything. So basically they plan it all out. They get like fake guns and everything and like ski masks and everything like that, and they go in and they rob this store, only to find out that the store is actually being used for money laundering by this gang. So the money that they stole was actually from the gang. It's like all their like dirty money that they're trying to launder through the store. And so it's really funny. It just kind of spirals into like one disaster after another. Like, the gang have them under their, like, under the thumb basically. They're like, you're going to steal our money, then you're going to live by our rules. Like, whenever we tell you to do something, you'll do it. And it just spirals into like this crazy mess of like insane tasks and everything. It's really, really good, and I would very highly recommend it. Actually, Natalie and I have been watching it since it first aired. So I'm not sure when it first came out, not that long ago I don't think, but they, like I said, they just have recently put out a season 3 and it just is so, so good. So definitely check that out. It's on Netflix if anybody wants to watch. Thumbs up from me. Okay, so the next show that I have really, really liked, and I actually watched this before like the lockdown and everything happened, and then I actually watched it again during because it was so good. This is The Society, which is also on Netflix, and here is the little like synopsis that they give. So it says, after their class trip is cut short, students at West Ham High School return home to discover their town completely empty. So basically what happens is, like it says, the high school students at this school go on a class trip. They come home on the bus and nobody's there. Like there's no parents, there's no little kids, there's no animals. Like literally everybody is gone. And they then have to figure out what's happened, basically. And it is really good. It is rated 15 again. There are some quite dark themes in it, such as death, murder, alcohol and drug abuse, teen pregnancy. It's just really, really fab. So what happens is, obviously, you know, they come home from their trip and everybody's gone. So they then have to, you know, have meetings and everything and try and figure out what are they going to do, like how are they going to survive. There's no adults, like there's no, like, everybody, like all the shop owners and everything have gone, so it's like they can just kind of have free reign of things whenever they want, you know, like there's no rules, like there's no like hierarchy or anything. It is just pretty much a free-for-all. So they have to sort of appoint a leader, and they have to, you know, figure out like what are we going to do, how are we going to survive this. We don't know how long we're going to be here. We need to start rationing the food. We need to, you know, make like chore schedules and like who's going to cook, who's going to clean, who's going to do all the things that need to be done. And it is really fab. I don't want to give too much away in case anybody wants to watch it, but there are some, like I said, some really quite dark things that happen in it, as you can imagine. But yeah, definitely check that out. I really loved that one. Like I said, I watched it twice because it was so good. And there is supposed to be a new season coming this year, but obviously with the virus and everything, I don't know if that's like, you know, the filming or anything has kind of been put on hold with that. But hopefully, fingers crossed, because I just love it so much. 10 out of 10, definitely. Highly recommend that one. Okay, this next series blew my mind. Like, what happened in it, I never in a million years thought would happen. So this is The Island, and again, it's on Netflix. It is also rated a 15. And here is the little plot summary. So it says, 10 people wake up on an enigmatic island missing their memories. Instead of answers, they find danger in the water and in one another. So this starts on a beach, and this woman wakes up and she's like, where am I? Who am I? She has no memories whatsoever. She doesn't even know her own name. And basically, like, all these other people like start waking up all over the beach, and they're all dressed completely identical, and they have like their names like sewn into their shirts. So then they have to, you know, try and all work together and figure out like what's happened, how did we get here, like were we in a plane crash, like did we know each other, like were we all friends before. Like they have absolutely zero memories of anything. And so then they have to, yeah, like they all sort of have to work together. How are we going to survive this? Like, figure out like who's going to find the food, who's going to be in charge of the fire, all this stuff. But they all are quite strong personalities. So as you can imagine, they clash a lot, and things sort of like spiral out of control. As you can imagine, everybody's just woke up, no memories, on an island, no idea where they are, like what's happening. Everybody's a bit stressed, right? So as it goes on, they start to like find some clues, and they find like a boat and like some like medical supplies and different things. And I'm not gonna go too into it in case anybody wants to watch, because what happened, honestly, like what happened in this just was like, what the, what the? So I'm not going to tell you what happens, but it is really fantastic. Like highly recommend this one as well. Another 10 out of 10 for this. Just so good. Okay, the next show is not on Netflix, it's on BBC iPlayer, which I know is only available in the UK, I guess, unless you have like a VPN or something. I don't really know how that works, honestly. I've never had to use one, but I talked about this a little bit in a previous vlog, and it was shocking. Absolutely shocking. Just unreal. So basically the overall plot line is there are these two women, and one is like a big like blogger, like Instagram girl, like she does loads of like promotions and everything, and one is just like this small town like nobody. She works like in a supermarket and just does her day-to-day life. So the one who works in the supermarket is like secretly quite a big fan of the other one, and they both have like their problems going on, like sort of behind the scenes that nobody really knows. So like the blogger woman is like heavily pregnant, and she finds out that our, you know, like our life isn't all like fantastic like she makes out in our blog. Like her husband's cheating on her, and you know, like he doesn't really want this baby because they already have 2 kids anyway, and he doesn't like really want another baby because they're having some like financial issues and they don't think they can afford it and everything. And then like this other girl is just like really like unlucky in love, like she can't seem to find like a partner or anything, and she's just like a bit down in the dumps. So anyway, they meet in the supermarket that this girl works at, and they sort of instantly bond because they're both pregnant and they're due in the same time, they're both having boys, like they're really excited. And so like the blogger woman's like, oh, we should like catch up and have coffee and whatever, and so they sort of become friends, let's say. Not really, like, you know, a little bit. So, you know, they get to know each other a little bit and everything, and then that's where it goes like dramatic from that point on. Again, I'm not going to give away any spoilers in case anybody wants to watch it, but just after, like, you know, they meet, it's like a whole load of crazy stuff happens. It's like all the secrets start coming out, everybody finds out like what's really going on and the truth about everything, and it just is absolutely nuts. Like this woman, that was very Scottish of me, that really sneaked out there. So this woman who worked in the supermarket is just like, she has like a lot of like mental health problems, like to the point where she is absolutely insane. Like she really needs a lot of help. And like I say, I'm not going to give away too much, but the other woman basically is like terrified of her for good reason. Watch it, you'll find out why. And it just, oh, I honestly, I watched the whole thing in one day. There's only 6 episodes, it's 45 minutes per episode, but it was like, it was one of the series that you're like, another one, like I need to finish it, I need to know what happens. Like it just gripped you right from the start. So The Secret She Keeps, BBC iPlayer. If you're in the UK, great. If not, sorry. I don't know if it is streaming anywhere else or not, but 100% watch it. And the last thing that I've been watching most recently of all, a little bit different, not as dark or anywhere near as crazy as other ones, it is Tattoo Fixers. Now this is obviously a real life, I don't think it's like reality TV, but it's like, I don't know if it's like a docu-series almost, I don't know. If you know, you know. So this says, talented tattoo artists spruce up and cover up old designs, transforming regrettable catastrophes in ink to beautiful body art. So I think probably most people in the UK will have heard of this or seen it, but it just recently came onto Netflix. Um, it doesn't have a rating, it says teen, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. They do use some language, nothing major, nothing that you haven't heard on the street. But basically what happens in this is there are 3 tattoo artists. There's Alice, Jay and Sketch, and they have like this little shop, and so people come in to them and they're like, oh, I need a cover up. I've done something really stupid. And like 9 times out of 10 it's like, I was on holiday, like my friends dared me to get this done, or like I've lost a bet. And the tattoos are always ridiculous. And they're always really badly done as well. So just as an example, this one woman came in and she's like, oh, I really need your help covering this up. Like it was a drunken mistake, like my friend did it on me and it's really embarrassing, like my kids laugh at me and everything. And you're like, I can't be that bad, like, you know. And then, so next thing, she takes her trousers off and she has an L on one butt cheek and an L on the other butt cheek. And she said, and I quote, so that when I bend over, it looks like the word lol. What? What would possess you to get that tattoo? Ugh. Awful, 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 awful. It was so bad, so bad. And so basically the tattoo fixers, they just like die laughing at her. They cannot believe how stupid that was. So, you know, they draw up some sketches, she picks the one that she wants and then they tattoo it on her. And pretty much all of the people who come in have similar stories. Some of them are really hilarious and some of them you're a bit like, awkward. But they don't just do cover-ups, they also do original tattoos. There's a few on it that are like, people come in and maybe they've had like a really tough like battle. Like there was one girl that had like really bad alopecia and she wanted to get a tattoo to like, you know, of her journey. There was a guy who was in a really bad car accident when he was young, which had left him paralysed. So he was in a wheelchair and he wanted to get something to, you know, like tell his story. And he was so, do you know what, this guy had been through so much. He was literally paralysed for like neck down, right? And then eventually, like through like physiotherapy and everything, like he got used to his upper body, but his legs were still like completely paralysed. But he was just so upbeat. He's like a coach, like at rugby, like paraplegic, like wheelchair rugby, and like, you know, I do like seminars and talks for like kids or teenagers that are going through the same thing. And he just was like, it was like nothing had ever happened, and he was just so like thankful. He was like, oh, I'm here for my first tattoo, like I'm so excited. Like it was great. And so his was really good. So if you are into body ink tattoos or just need a good laugh, then I would suggest watching that. It's pretty funny. I liked it. So there you guys go. That was 5 TV shows that I've been watching recently. Like I said, don't want to give too much away in case anybody wants to check them out. But yeah, I have really enjoyed these a lot. I didn't realise until I was actually filming this, but a lot of them have quite like dark, like themes, like mystery, thriller type themes, except Tattoo Fixers obviously. But none of them are scary. I don't personally. I can't watch horrors. I just can't. I can't do it. Sorry. None of them are horrors. Nothing like really horrendously like gruesome or scary happens in any of them. Just disclaimer in case anybody wants to check them out. But yeah, that's what I have been watching, and why don't you guys leave me a comment? You can let me know of any good shows that you've been watching and I will check them out. So if you did like this video, then please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every Monday and Friday. And if you want to check out any more behind the scenes type things, then you can follow me on Instagram at Nicola Savage 22. I post a lot of things on my stories as well, not just on the main feed. And that is it. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.